Here on Polk Place, we like to encourage you to get out, get active, enjoy Polk County the way it's meant to be, in nature, in the elements. And here today to talk to us about some of the great events we have going on in the elements is Keeli Carlton Carmichael. She is the environmental specialist for Polk County Natural Resources. And also we have Frances Howell-Coolman, and she's a volunteer at Circle B Bar Reserve at the Nature Discovery Center there. And ladies, thanks for coming on today.
Hello.
Pleasure.
Now, we have some cool stuff to talk about. Circle B always, Natural Resources always has stuff going on. Circle B kind of the hub of that. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about some of the events that you have coming up.
Basically, we have a lot of really fun activities coming up at Circle B at the Nature Center. We have Astronomy Night that's coming up on Saturday, September 15th.
Now, what is Astronomy Night?
Astronomy Night is we have anybody can come, beginners, avid astronomers. You don't need to bring anything, you just show up. And it's in our workshop from 7:30 to 10 o'clock at night. You do a little overview of what you're going to be seeing, and you go outside and you can gaze up at the stars and learn all about it.
And of course, over there at the reserve, it's a great place to view those stars. You don't have the lights from the city in the way or anything.
Yes, it's a perfect place for it, just as long as it's not cloudy out.
And of course, bring your bug spray, right?
Yes, bring your bug spray. Yes, bug spray is a must. And then we also have a couple other workshops coming up later on in September, learning all about butterflies and insects, down to butterfly hikes, some workshops on butterflies and a bug's life, all about a bug's life. Cool. And that's put on by the Lake Region Audubon. So we'll have some experts on that. Now that's
interesting, because when I think of Audubon, I always think of birds.
Birds. Yes,
but they specialize in insects as well.
Yeah, well, the Lake Region Audubon especially, they're just really into nature, anything about nature. So they're putting on some events at the Nature Center as well. And if for the times and the dates for all of these, we have a website, and it's www.polknature.com. And you can get all the info you want on that website, and there's email addresses for if you want to get involved with any of these to sign up. Just email us or give us a call.
Now, we're just kind of scraping the iceberg here of what you've got. You've got a lot of events going on coming up.
Yes, we have also, there's great actually getting out into nature events coming up. The Central Florida's, the Central Florida NatureFest is coming up. So it's not just the Polk's NatureFest, it's Central Florida. So, and it's not just at Circle B. We're trying to get people acquainted with the other state parks in the county, so ranging from Colt Creek State Park down to Kissimmee State Park, and everything in between. There's going to be so many adventures, and the website for that is www.visitcentralflorida.org, and then there's a link, NatureFest 2012. Just click on that, and there's just an array of stuff to pick from.
Very cool.
Yes.
Now, Circle B, you kind of mentioned this. A lot of times when we have you on, we talk about Circle B, the events that are going on there. But there's really a lot of, there's several other reserves that the county has. Parks all over the place. Tell us a little bit about kind of the breadth of what Polk County has.
Well, the Environmental Lands Program, we have acquired over 25,000 acres all over the county, ranging from 25-acre properties up in Babson Park to just thousands of acres, like 3,000-acre properties that we manage for recreation and just to keep it natural.
Right.
With that, I mean, the recreation, they're all recreation based. You can get out you can horseback ride, hike, bike, jog, and it's great. So you're not, in your neighborhood running down the same sidewalk every day. You can go out into nature and exercise and just see what the county really has to offer.
Yeah. And I'd have to say that's one of the great things that the county has really set aside as an objective, is to preserve the natural landscape of Polk County, of Central Florida. We like to refer to it as ecotourism.
Yes, the ecotourism, yes. And with these events that are coming up, we're highlighting some awesome things that you can do that are fairly cheap, and you don't really have to go that far. It's right here in our backyard. Get in a kayak or a canoe, go down a wild river, see some alligators and some really neat birds. Just get back in touch with nature. So that's what this NatureFest is all about, and basically, our environmental lands program is about protecting all of that. So we're really excited about it.
Now, I want to get to something else here. Volunteers are a huge part of what Parks and Natural Resources does. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, well, we're not short-staffed per se, but we have a few people that work for our environmental lands program. So without volunteers, we wouldn't have a program at all, especially at Circle B Bar Reserve, because it's the only preserve that we have that has the nature center and all the amenities there. And there's so much work that has to be done that a few people can't keep up with 25,000 acres under our belt. We need all the help we can get, and that's why I brought Miss Francis with me today, is so she can talk a little bit about what we do with our volunteer program and what she does specifically for us, and then she will touch base on some volunteer work days that we have coming up and some other really cool meetings that we have going on at the Nature Center.
So Francis, what is it that you do at the Nature Discovery Center? What are the volunteers involved with there?
The volunteers at the Nature Center do a variety of activities. Primarily, I sit at the reception desk and answer questions as people come in and need to know about the trails and the activities that are out there. But there are other volunteers who drive the tram and will take visitors on guided orientation of most of the facility. There are other volunteers who specialize in walking the trails and making sure that they are kept up and that there are no trash or no washouts or anything like that. We've got a couple of big work days coming up because we want to have everything in just perfect condition for the activities in October and then in November. So on Wednesday, September 26th, from 9 to 12, that should take it out of most of the heat of the day. We'll be making things spotless around the Discovery Center primarily. And then on Saturday the 29th from 8:30 until 11 o'clock, we'll be doing the chore that all of us will hate, which is doing a lot of weeding, which is getting the exotics out to make more room for the native plants that we want to see prosper there. But following that activity, there's going to be a reward for the volunteers in that lunch will be provided. So
terrific.
That's going to be an especially good day. I will say this about volunteering out there. I find it to be one of the nicest group of people anywhere that you could possibly hope to associate with. They're all caring, they're concerned. They are extremely proud of that facility. We feel like it's one of the best things that Polk County has ever done, and the visitors that flock in there confirm this. So it's a marvelous thing.
Yeah, I know every time I go out there, which lately has been often, I see tons of visitors. And when I look at that visitor log and I see all the different states, different countries that people are coming from, and they're visiting Polk County and they're visiting Circle B Bar Reserve because they want to see Florida as it is, or as it was, as it should be. They want to see the nature. They want to see the exotic plants, the native plants to Florida. They want to see the birds and the animals that are really found just here in Florida. And I would have to think that as volunteers, you hold such a huge instrumental part in making sure that that park is available to all those visitors.
Well, that's what we make an effort to do. At this point in time, when we don't see quite as many visitors from foreign countries as you do in the wintertime, but if you come out there from December to March, the variety of accents that you hear is absolutely amazing as people are flocking in at that time.
Yeah, and of course, later here, as we get later into the year, it's just so beautiful out there. The temperature turns cooler, and it's a beautiful walk.
The birds start migrating in.
Yep, you see more and more birds. Yep, absolutely.
Well, I mean, I was out at the desk today from about 9 until 11 o'clock, and yes, we did have a fair number of visitors coming through in spite of the heat and that sort of thing. They were enjoying it. They were seeing all sorts of things, and they were sweating profusely. They enjoyed the air conditioning when they got to the Discovery Hall.
Well, that's another great thing is that you're not just getting out and seeing nature; you're getting exercise too, and that's a huge part of feeling like you're part of what is there. Now. As far as volunteers go, how does somebody go about becoming a volunteer at the Nature Discovery Center?
Well, very often I have people come to the desk and want to inquire how to do it. And we have an application form that's right there at the desk, which I hand them, and they can fill it out and return it to the county. There is a vetting process, to make sure that the people that we have out there are, I guess you would say, honorable people and that sort of thing. But it's a very simple process.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Let's touch just a little bit more on the NatureFest because I think that you guys have some other information available as far as when this stuff's going on, how to find out about it.
Yep. So the Central Florida NatureFest 2012 is October 4th through the 7th, and it's basically all day for those couple of days. And when you get on the website, it'll walk you through it. You can register. There is a small fee, and then you can choose your adventure that you want to go on for another small fee. But it's completely worth it. For a lot of the events, transportation is provided. Some of the all-day events, lunch is provided. And some of the stuff is just, like a really neat, like something that you would never do. The Avon Park Air Force Range has actually opened up to us, so it's kind of like a behind-the-scenes venture, and it's an all-day event. You can go and see some rare and endangered species that they have out there, and it's not just a bombing range. They're actually preserving the area, which is really neat to see. And kayak trips. You don't even have to have your own kayak to go down some of the rivers. You just pay your small fee, show up, and everything's there for you.
And of course, I remember last year when you guys had the NatureFest last year, and I think it was the first year. Was it the first year for it?
It was our first.
And just the amount of activities that you guys had going on during that week, and like you said, things that you wouldn't normally get to do. I would imagine the space is limited on a lot of these things. You have to sign up pretty quick.
Space is limited. So I think the cutoff date for signing up is September 21st, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely we want people to get on the website and sign up ASAP.
Right.
Because, like we said, space is limited. We have a tram tour going on at Circle B for one of the opening nights, and it's at night, which is kind of a treat because we're not really open until midnight every night. So there's a tram tour that we're providing for that night. There's only 12 spaces, and it's almost full, I'm pretty sure.
So it's a very exclusive event.
Yes, it is a very exclusive event, yes.
Excellent. Keeli, Francis, thank you so much for coming on. This sounds like a terrific event. You guys have a lot of stuff going on, and I appreciate you coming on and letting us know about it.
Yes, well, thank you very much.
That's the NatureFest 2012. It's coming up soon. They've got lots of other stuff going on. You're going to want to visit their website for all of the events that we didn't get to touch on here. You can find the information for those events at www.polknature.com. Or you can call the Nature Discovery Center at 863-668-4673, extension 205. For more information and to sign up for NatureFest 2012, visit www.visitcentralflorida.org.